Jesus, have my heart, my will, my soul. Jesus, have my hopes, my dreams, my world. With joy I lay it down, with joy I cast my crowns. Jesus, have it all. To you I bring my praise, my lips, my song, a living sacrifice as one reborn. Your life is now my own, your will is what I want. Jesus, have it all. Oh, Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have it all. To you belongs the glory, the praise of all the world. Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have it all. Oh, blessing and all honor, oh, majesty and all. Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have your church, your love, your bride, the joy for which you freely gave your life, radiant and white, washed and purified. Jesus, have us all. Jesus, have your worth, your due, your song, the praise of every nation, tribe, and tongue. Let all that has been made glorify your name. Jesus, have it all.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I feel the buzz in the air. Everyone's excited for SA elections. Here we go. We're going to invite you guys to go ahead and come in to our first front half and get seated. We're going to get started. Thank you guys so much for being here. Today is our Student Association elections, and we have some of our amazing and brave students who are willing to sacrifice themselves for y'all next year. I'm really proud of these guys, and I want to thank our candidates for taking the time to apply and being willing to serve next year. I'm going to invite Pastor Russ up here to give us our opening prayer. Thank you so much, Pastor Russ.
All right, let's bow our heads. Father, we invite you into your house today. We worship here on the weekends, and we're asking for a special blessing this weekend as the resurrection story is being told. Put the people that are running for to them. For letting us sit in your house on this Thursday afternoon. In Jesus' name, amen. It sort of went in and out.
Testing. I'll try this one. Awesome. Okay, so elections today, we're going to have our candidates give a speech. We are going to ask them a question or two. They are going to answer. And if you have a question for them, please let us know. I'm happy to open it up to the audience, but I don't want to take up too much time. So you got to be ready with your question. If you are, come and see Dinte or myself, okay? Voting starts sometime today. You will receive an email, and you'll be, it'll give you a link to a survey. So then you can vote today. You have until Sunday at midnight to vote, okay? Candidates, faculty, and staff are able to vote as well. So we open it up to our whole campus to help decide our future student leaders. Without any further ado, I am going to invite our first candidate up here for Publications Director. Give a warm round of applause for Cordelia Troxel. So Cordelia, you have 2 minutes, okay? We got a clock up here. Candidates, you got 2 minutes to give your speech, and then we'll give you a question to answer afterwards. Thank you.
All right. Hello, SWAU. It's nice to meet you. My name is Cordelia Troxel, but most of y'all know me by Cordy. I decided to run for publications editor because the ability to bring news to the students, to the workers, to everyone on campus, and bring unity brings so much passion and joy. So with the Night Quill, which is the e-letter that would be weekly, it would be any news event, anything that's happening within SWAU, anything that's happening for the church, anything for games, anything for essay, any events, any clubs, just a way to tell everyone about what's going on so that no one has to miss a thing. With that also, I would like to bring more unity to the campus with that. Collabs, maybe some clubs getting together for small events, having some fun. Just SWAU is a family, and why not be unity? With that, a master calendar is what I strive to help bring to the campus so that students know what's happening, where it's happening, what time it is, so no one gets to sit there and be like, oh, I didn't know that was happening, and it's happening right now, so that everyone gets to have a chance and an opportunity to go to everything. With that, I really want to reiterate the truth that we are just one campus for God and one family. And through the Night's Quill, I would like everyone's voice to be able to be heard, no matter if it's a small event, big event, any little scripture that you feel needs to be told. I would gladly be willing to open it up and share. Thank you.
23. Thanks, Gabe. Okay, Cordy, your question is, essay publications is another way for students to be informed on what's happening on campus with different clubs, organizations, and departments. How do you plan on seeking out newsworthy information of campus happenings? So what is your mode to get information to put out?
My mode would be asking either the presidents of the clubs, the heads of the departments, head of SLAD, all of those, asking if there's any events going on this week, any events this month, and just making sure I run it by everyone and be like, hey, is this working? Is this gonna happen? What's the details? Just so that everyone knows exactly what's going on and where it's going on and that it's actually gonna happen.
Great. Any questions for Cordy? Quick. Going once, going twice. Okay, thanks. Let's give a round of applause for Cordy. Thank you so much, Cordy. Great plans, great speech. We want to invite our Public Relations Director candidate, Jose Sendejas, to give his speech.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Go SA! If you guys don't know me, my name is Jose Sendejas. I had the privilege to run SA's Public Relations Director position this semester. I was able to gain some experience. I was able to get some posters out, do some filming, which I love doing. I hope next year I'm able to implement a lot of that experience that I was able to learn this semester. So I have lots of new ideas, lots of new ways that I can go about things. And yeah, one of the big things that I have planned is I want to return, because SWAU used to have a film festival. So I think it would be pretty cool if we were able to return the film festival where all students make a film, submit it, and we all watch it together one night for a big movie night. So if you guys have any ideas about a movie that you guys want to make, you guys should start making it now if you guys want to have something good. And yeah, guys, I think it would be great. I would love to cover all the events. I love being part of SA. It is one big family. And I would love to bring a lot more attention and community to the events that we've had before. So yeah, guys, you guys vote for me for PR director, please.
Thank you, Jose. Jose, your question is, name one creative way that you will promote SA events that is different from what you have tried this semester?
One thing that I want to get into is actually start posting a lot more video. I think for a lot of the upcoming events, we normally do posters and things like that, but maybe if we were able to do posters, videos, inviting people to those events, as well as a lot new ways that I've learned throughout this time in essay, by the help of Miss Isa, on how I can actually execute these plans next year. Yeah, thank you guys.
Any questions for Jose? Going once, twice. Okay, 3 times a lady. Thank you so much. Jose, give a round of applause. We have our MISPA editor candidate coming up, Katie Struther. Please give Katie a warm welcome.
Hi guys! Okay, so I'm Katie Strother, and I've had the amazing privilege of being this year's MISPA editor. And so I'm running again, because it was awesome. Honestly, there's something truly rewarding about being in a position where you can make a change on campus through essay. But more than that, yearbook to me is it's more than just pages and pictures in a book. You know what I mean? It's a visual representation of our SWAU's story. And so that's why it's just so beautiful to me. So that's why I'm passionate about it. And so my goal will always be to try to include as many people as I can and as many events as I can in the yearbook. And, oh, sorry, I got nervous. And just show that our school really is just one big family and a community. So please vote me as MISPA again.
Thanks, Katie. Katie, your question is, how has your experience with this year's MISPA production been, and how would you improve it for next year?
Honestly, it was a little hectic. There was a lot to do for yearbook, because it was mainly just me editing it. I did have photographers and stuff, thanks to them, and help from our sponsors, but it really was really challenging towards the end of this, towards the end of it, because there was a lot of cramming. But in order to improve, definitely planning before the end of the year is better. So that's one way I'll be improving, is just getting the planning better for sure. And then trying to keep including everything that I can.
Great, thank you so much, Katie. Any questions for Katie? We good? Okay, we're good. Katie said nobody's asking me a question right now. Awesome. Let's welcome up our financial VP candidate, Mike Benitez Reyes.
Hello, good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm the only one running for a financial VP, so I guess I'll just talk a little bit about myself. My name is Mike Benitez Reyes, so y'all can see, and I'm running for the financial vice president. And I know some of y'all might be like, why would you ever want to do that? What? But I actually do like math, I like numbers, I love finance, and it'd kind of be a masochist if I didn't, because I do a major in finance and accounting. I also work in the innovation studio, and I'm the accountant for the innovation studio. So some of the descriptions of the job that need to be here this next semester, this next year, I've already done before, so I'm comfortable with some of those things. And now I get to do it with a bigger scale, with an awesome team, and for y'all, right? Because this is what we're here for. So I'm super excited for that. I'm super excited for working for y'all, because this is what student association is for. Sorry for speaking too fast. I feel like I'm speaking too fast. So yeah, if y'all have any suggestions, any ideas, I'm open to hearing y'all out, because you might think business is all about money, but money's not the reason we do things here. If it was, then we do some questionable things for money. So, so I'm here for y'all, right? So let me know anything y'all want. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike. Yep. You may have already answered this, but I'll just ask, what is your experience handling budgets, and what would you do If an SA officer wanted to host an event but knew that it was going to be out of their budget?
Fire them. Not just kidding. So for that, I've done the financial director for Enactus too. So I'm comfortable with doing reports and trying to find future for budgeting. And if they were trying to be over budget, I would try to find the most possible efficient way to get the help that they need and get the value that they need without trying to stretch the money too much. Okay? Yeah. Thank you.
Nice. Anyone have any questions for? Let me let them finish
They
their
don't have
applause for you. Anyone have any questions for Mike? He's ready. Yes, Alvin. Alvin, you playing? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Dean? No? Okay, great. Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's welcome up our Ministries VP candidate, Jennifer Walker.
Good afternoon, SWAU family. My name is Jennifer Walker, and I'm running for Ministries Vice President. I want to start off simply. If I could describe my heart for this role in one word, it would be intentionality. As an elementary education major here at SWAU, I've had the opportunity to learn how to support students, not just academically, but as whole people. And through that, I've realized something. So many of us walk in on this campus carrying things we don't always talk about: burdens, stress, anxiety, things weighing on our hearts. So the question becomes, how can I help? How can I serve those who are hurting, confused, and feeling alone? And the honest answer is, I can't fix those things. Only Jesus can. But because he is the answer, the best thing I can do is to create more opportunities for you to encounter him. I've always had a heart for service, even before I fully understood what ministry was. But over the past 3 years at SWAU, that heart has grown into something deeper, a genuine love for this campus and the people in it. And that's why I'm running, because I want to be part of what God is continuing to do here. I'm not standing up here as someone who has it all together. I'm just a student just like you. I have struggles, I have anxieties, I have moments where life just feels overwhelming. But I've also seen God carry me through those moments. And because of that, my goal is to walk alongside you, to support you, encourage you, and remind you that you're not alone. So what would that look like? It looks like being intentional, pouring into our student association through prayer, serving alongside others, and creating spaces where real conversations can happen. Spaces where you can ask hard questions, be honest about who you are, and grow. Through small groups, through simple moments, even through spontaneous pop-up ministries around campus. You belong here. Thank you.
Okay, Jen, your question is, can you identify a specific spiritual need on campus and how you may address it as Ministries VP? Can you identify a spiritual need on campus and how would you address it?
I think the biggest spiritual need on campus that I've observed interacting with you guys is relationships and having connections with people, whether that be in events or just feeling like you feel alone. I've witnessed and encountered a lot of you guys. I've had that too, so I have a big heart for you guys and those that are going through that. So I think relationship is really the start of how ministry grows and how we can develop a bigger family here at SWAU. So I think relationships would be something that I would be addressing and would be focusing on.
Okay, great. Does anyone have any questions for Jen? Jen, you mentioned that you are an elementary education major. My question is, are you going to be student teaching, and how do you plan on balancing that with your responsibilities with MVP and maybe some other extracurriculars?
I will actually not be doing student teaching until till fall of 2027. So that's not something I have to balance, thankfully.
Beautiful. Any questions? Great. Thank you so much, Jen. Love to see the care and concern that these possible candidates have for our school. I'm going to invite up our social VP candidate, Caleb Thompson.
All right, okay. All right. All right, what's up, SWAU? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Caleb Thompson, and I'm running for Social VP for the 26-27 school year. I'm currently a junior, and next year will be my last. And as I've reflected on my time here at SWAU, I've realized something, that there's opportunity for change, not just for me, but for all of us. And one thing I do realize is that it's not just gonna take me. It's gonna take all of us together in order to build a bigger goal. And that bigger goal is to bring energy, excitement, school spirit. School spirit's so big that it becomes contagious towards everyone. Because let's be honest, we've been at those events, those essay events, those on-campus activities, and even those sports events where we're there physically, but mentally we're not really in it. And I want to be a part of that change. I want every event, whether it's essay, Enactus, kinesiology, STEM club, anything else, I want all those events to feel alive. I want people to go to these events not just because they have to, but because they want to. And this isn't just about SA. I want it to be bigger than SA. I want to work with other clubs, other organizations, even our local community, our local churches. I want this to be bigger than just events. I want to build a culture where SWAU becomes the standard of what real college spirit looks like. And I know I can't do this on my own. I need your guys' help. So this is why. At the end of the day, this is your voice, your vibe, your social VP. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Caleb. Social VP is sometimes arguably the most...
Buzzer beater.
You made it in 2 minutes, okay. Social VP can be arguably the most impactful, in a way, position because you set up all of the essay, well, majority of the essay events for the campus. And students seem to enjoy traditional events, but have also asked for something fresh and new. What are some ideas you have for new types of events?
I think for new type of events, I think one thing that I kind of want to implement, if given the opportunity, is that first week of school, we usually just have back to school bash, but there's not really anything else, you know, it's just kind of empty. I think the freshmen, they have their core week, which is cool, but one thing I want to implement is that every day for that first week of school, we have something interactive so that we can make the campus feel more alive, more enjoyable, so that people aren't just going out and going to class and going back in their dorm room. Like, no, that's a little bit boring. Especially if it's your first week here at school, we want you to feel, you know, that excitement, that enjoyment while you're here at SWAU. So what I want to kind of do is implement, you know, certain activities to where, you know, we can make this campus a lot more live and a lot more interactive.
Love it. I want to spend some time here on Social VP because this is a huge position. Does anyone have anything that they want to ask Caleb? Alvin, are you playing right now or are you for real? Okay, what's your question? How do you plan to make those events feel alive, Caleb?
Great question, Alvin. Obviously, I can talk about it, right? And we can make posters. But one thing I liked what Jose said is one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to work very closely with Jose. And one thing that we can do is how to make those events more interactive, more live for people to come is those promotion videos. I feel like with videos, not just posters, but with videos, and we post it all around on our social medias, and it's word of mouth to everyone, we show people that it's a preview of what's to come, right? It's not just, oh, it's word of mouth, I said something, oh, hopefully it's there. But through video, you can see kind of that preview. It's like before you watch a Marvel movie, you always look forward to the trailer, right? And then once you see the trailer, you see like how it's gonna be, which makes it more enticing for you to actually go to the movie theater to watch it. So that's kind of what I want to implement.
Okay, great. I saw a hand up here. Nylea?
Yeah, so
Let me just give you the mic because I want to make sure they hear you on the other side.
You mentioned community and church, and I just wanted to know how you would incorporate that.
Yeah, so obviously we have the Keene Church here on campus, but we have so many other churches that is within, a 20-mile radius, maybe a little bit plus. We have Keene Spanish. We even have churches down in Alvarado. So how I plan on doing that is obviously I want to work with the, the ministerial vice president, and I kind of want to just talk to them to where we can implement, a little bit more SWAU days on their campus, kind of go to their church and show them kind of how we run, maybe a little bit of recruitment, but, kind of just have a special space for us, not just here at Keene, but to spread word to others about kind of our school and kind of what our mission is. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause for Caleb, running for Social VP. Thanks, Caleb. We have 3 candidates for Executive Vice President. I'm going to invite them up one at a time. Our first candidate will be Lenwood Shaver.
My name is Lenwood Shaver, but most of you guys on this campus know me as Woody. And I know what a lot of you out there are thinking. Why is Woody running for this position? And a small part of me asked myself the same question. In all honesty, I wasn't gonna run for this position. People kept on coming up to me and telling me I'd be a good fit. And honestly, I told them no. But God doesn't call on the equipped. He himself equips the called. Hold on. But I also understand this role a lot better now. VP isn't just a title, it's responsibility, it's organization, and it's you guys, the students, making sure you guys are all heard. So, as vice president, I'm running on 2 things, accountability and honesty. And what that looks like is, if you bring something to me, I'm honestly gonna listen. If there's change that needs to happen on this campus, I'm gonna work until it does. Because this job is not just a title, it's a chance to serve. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Woody. We are going to take questions with all 3 candidates after the speeches, okay? So, next candidate up for Executive VP is Erilyn Perea.
Hi, everyone. I think I know a lot of you guys, but I'm excited to get to know you guys more. My name is Erilyn Perea, and I'm running to be your next Executive Vice President. So my goal for this semester is to focus on inclusivity. I want to get everyone involved to make sure that they feel like, I know some of you guys aren't running for SA and you don't have a leadership position, but a lot of you have untapped potential that you need to be pushed to go forward with that. You guys have ideas. For example, I want to collaborate with the clubs. We don't have enough clubs on campus, and I know I've talked to so many of you guys, and you have ideas that you just need someone to get started, and you need the resources. So I want to try and partner with you. SA wants to collaborate with different clubs and different people with ideas and push that forward. I also think it's important to keep the focus on God and relationships with everyone. I want our campus to be closer together. And with that, I want to focus on having new people in Senate, people with ideas, and that have the initiative and have the want to make our campus better. I was initially running for Social VP, as I talked to some about that, but I decided to run for Executive VP instead because I wanted to work with Senate and work with you guys in order to make projects and make a change for our campus. I would like to also, I was able to be project manager for Enactus this year, which means I've been focused on creating projects and bringing people's ideas and making them into developed, long-lasting projects and businesses as well. And I'd like to get you guys involved in that, so thank you guys.
Thanks, Sarah Lynn. We're going to invite our next Executive VP up, Diana Gamas. Give a warm welcome for Diana.
Hi, everyone. My name is Diana Gomez, and I am a business marketing major going into her senior year. As you guys seen me or know me, I have been all over the campus because I usually record or take pictures. And something that I have noticed from that is that I have seen so many areas from the campus and the student body. I've been to basketball games, volleyball games, soccer games. I've noticed departments, and I've seen problems in the student body. And not only that, I've seen also problems in administration. And I've even noticed the quiet tables in the cafeteria. I've had the pleasure to meet students and talk with them and listen to them. And I know that each and one of us has been here and is called for a purpose here. I want you all to feel safe and comfortable and really treat this like a home. If anything is wrong, if something feels off, I will fight to make that change. I am not scared to use my voice because I've done it before, and I will do it again. I want our clubs to grow strong, our dorms to feel like home away from home, and I want transfer students and new students, when they walk into this new environment, I want them to feel like they own it and that it's theirs. I want you to understand that Student Services is not here to be against you, but it's here to be for you, and they are here to serve you. But I can't do this alone. I need you, your voices, your effort, your ideas, because I believe that integrity and honesty are the true foundations of new beginnings. Communication is everything, and I promise to be that bridge between you guys and leadership. I want you all to see progress and growth. Southwestern was not my first option, but I'm happy that I'm here, because I want to leave with my hands empty because they gave everything that they could. So let's make our time worth it here. Let's build and make a difference and change things up.
Awesome. Thank you, Diana. I'm going to ask our guys to set up our chairs down here. We have a question for our candidates, and then I'll open up the floor to everyone else. Thanks, Pastor Russ. Okay. Are they working? Are they on? Okay, make sure they're on. Okay, good. Oh, what number? 24 through 26, please. The question, your prompt is, Senate represents the legislative branch of SA and is a project-based, team-oriented leadership position. What is one specific need you can identify on campus project-wise, and how do you plan on addressing that need? Yes.
Well, for me, I would say it is a project, but I would say communication. We have a lot of things that need to be worked on this campus, but first we need to make everybody feel comfortable enough to go up to administrators, and administrators go up to students. So I would work on the pretty much bridging the gap between students and administration so everybody feels comfortable enough to talk about their problems.
Okay. Thank you, Woody. Ladies?
I would say, I know like a lot of us live in the dorms and some things need to be worked on there. Like I know for the girls' dorm, there's an initiative to replace or move the washers and dryers, so there's some on each floor. So things like that enhance student life. I know we already try to work on the academic portion a lot, and you guys hopefully can see that, but also just life when you're at home, you should feel comfortable and you should feel like, oh, this is my home away from home, that kind of thing, yeah.
Thank you, Erilyn. Diana?
Kind of like Woody said, I know that communication is really needs to be really strong, but I want to give you guys a why. Why do we have to have assembly credits? Why is there only 2 meal plans? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? I feel like there's not a good barrier in communication, and you guys deserve to know everything that happens, why decisions are made, why projects are started, why some projects can't be started, and that's what I want to build that relationship with you guys and create that project where you guys are going to be up to date on what is happening.
Thank you, Diana. We just have a couple minutes. Does anyone have questions for these candidates? Yes, Andre. Okay, you have a question for Woody. The question is, what are your plans for getting real meat in the cafeteria?
Can you guys hear me? Yes. So I don't want to make any promises, but as you guys know, I do work in the caf, so I have a good relationship with Chef. So if anyone could do it, I believe I could. No promises. No promises. I'm just saying.
Okay.
No promises.
Thank you, Woody. Ladies, do you guys want to have any thoughts on that? Are you guys okay?
Well, I work for enrollment, which means I'm working with Miss Renika and all the VPs in the academic board. So getting those people on board is what matters. I know all of you guys are on board, so that's not even a question. But the people are the higher ups. Those are the people that we need to be like, the students want this. We need to be the voice of the students. Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I agree. I mean, I love when we had meat. Like, it was good, trust me. But I know that we obviously have principals. We also have to think of that. We are an Adventist school. I'm not against meat. I actually want meat. But like Erilyn said, there's a lot of things. Let's be realistic here. There's a lot of little pinpoints that we need to cross, and that is talking with administration. It has to go through certain people. But honestly, I would literally fight for meat. I love steak.
I'll sign your petition. Anyone else? One more question. Yondo.
So I know for especially people who live within the dorms, laundry can be expensive. And so what process would you guys take in making change to make laundry cheaper and maybe not a $10 deposit being something that we might have to struggle for?
No, that's a great question, and I go through that same struggle. I even tried to take my laundry to Dallas. It didn't work. So obviously I don't know all the ins and outs, but me and Travis, that's my boy. So if I would get with him, we would see if we can come to any compromise. But understand that everything's not possible, but I would give my best effort to fundraise and see if we could get cheaper something in here. But we understand everything's not possible, but I would try my best.
Thanks, Woody. Diana?
First, I would look at how much or where that money is going into of the laundry. How much are we making? Can we really bring it down? Is it okay where it is? So I would look at that first based on how much is being invested. Can we bring it down? Is it possible? So I would do that.
Thank you, Diana. Erilyn?
I've been working with Nesa, who's the current vice president, and looking at the different things she's trying to work on for the women's and men's dorms, specifically pertaining to laundry. So we're trying to get those maybe new machines that don't cost as much, or figuring out if there's some sort of scholarship or funding that we could get outside so that way the students don't have to pay as much for the laundry.
Great answers. Well, we got one more? Okay, this is the last one.
How will y'all work with the senators with their projects, supporting them, and getting things accomplished on that side of the job?
So for me, I already have a few people in mind for my senators, so I think I would have a great relationship with them already. So it wouldn't ever have to be a situation where I would have to go out and yell at you or anything like that, because, we're already good friends. And even if we're not, we would have that good relationship to where I know they can get things done. And if they can't, I'm here to help you. So we just work together as a team and make sure we get everything done together.
I mean, okay, like I said, let's be realistic here. I have also thought about my senator group, and when it's gonna come to projects, I wanna set realistic projects. I know that there's some that are like, let's build a whole new building here, or let's change the roads, but I wanna set with them and hear them out realistic projects that we can work with and do a lot of change. If that means small projects, I'll work with small projects.
Thanks, Diana. Erilyn?
So in terms of Senate, I want to try and get new people that I don't know, because I know some of you guys, I maybe have only talked to you once or maybe never, but getting you guys involved, I know you'll have different ideas than I've heard before and that I have myself. So the Senate is kind of a way to actually know what people want and they need. And like Jen was saying with intentionality, I really want to focus on including people and being intentional with what specifically to focus on. So hearing those voices and finding what you guys are passionate about, then that makes it a lot easier to get these projects done and then also to have them be very effective.
Great, thank you. Let's give a round of applause for our candidates. Thank you so much. You guys can return to your seats. Can we get our guys, can you guys grab these stools again? Thank you so much. We have one final candidate for our SA president. Please welcome Tyler Cabansag.
Good afternoon, SWAU family. My name is Tyler Kabunsik. I'm a junior pre-med biochemistry major, and I'm Student Association President candidate. I would like to thank the faculty, staff, and SWAU students who have taken the opportunity to vote for the SA office that will create opportunity for this campus. I'm currently a TA for the Math and Physical Science Department, and I also work as the SLAD Vespers Music Coordinator. By stepping into the president position, I plan to bring relationships amongst our campus by targeting academics, spiritual, and social life in order to foster community. Through academics, I plan on forming relationships between the different clubs and groups that represent our campus. Some may not realize that there are about 10 different clubs or groups that diversify our SWAU campus. Moving forward, I plan on having intentional conversations with the different clubs to utilize their resources to create impact for the whole campus. Fostering community through spiritual life, I plan on partnering with SLAD by discovering more engaging ways to impact our campus with Christ-centered activities. I plan to capitalize on the main purpose of why our university is here today, which is our Christ-centered education. There are so many different avenues that I see SLAD and SA partnering, such as in Vespers, SWAU, and small group ministries, to just name a few. Lastly, social life. I believe that there is a lot of growth in this area of our student life. Thus, my plan of action is to work with my social VP to have an event every month and then at least 2 big events every semester. Ultimately, in order to foster community, I believe that we must be structured in our social events which require consistency. By having consistency, it empowers trust in the process. All in all, I envision growth within our community here on campus. The world we live in is a scary place and many are seeking hope. I believe that by being intentional with the community within our campus, it will experience growth in many different aspects. And with this growth, our campus will be able to impact more of the world outside. Together, let us foster community and leave a legacy that is worth building on. Thank you.
Tyler, SA president represents the entire student body, but sometimes students can feel isolated. What are some ways you plan on building community?
I think for me, the thing that I enjoy the most is learning. And I like having conversations with different people and getting to ask questions and get to know them more. And by doing that, I'm able to figure out what their interests are. By being the SLAD music coordinator, my goal was to bring community and be intentional and be inclusive. And so I wanted to start a Christmas program that I can have a big choir. So I can have students who want to sing, but they don't want to be on the praise team in front of everybody. They have people around them, and so they have a choir. I wanted to start a percussion ensemble because I know people like Isaac Raymond who are crazy at drums, but he just needs a place where other people can play with him and then we can play something cool. In that aspect, that's just music, but I believe that there are so many different aspects. I grew up playing sports, and getting to interact with some of the basketball guys, I think they're really cool. Getting to interact with the soccer guys, playing with the men's residence hall soccer team, and doing great in the tournament, that was fun. Some of you might not know, there was a tournament at a high school, and some of the residence halls guys came and played in the soccer tournament, and we got first place. And finding different ways that people can feel heard and feel like they're a part of a community, I want to do that and I want to find that.
Wonderful. I'll take some questions at this time for Tyler, if anyone has any. Yes, Nylea.
So you mentioned being involved with SLAD and you're a TA, and I know that you're also very involved with music. And I know that being SA president can be very time-consuming, and it requires you to be in a lot of places. How do you plan on finding that balance?
That's a good question. So I came to SWAU for 3 things. It was academics, spiritual life, and music. And in order to do all of that, I want to be the best that I can be in all those places. And in order to do that, I had to learn what it means to make priorities. In order to do all those things, it takes hard work and time management, and I think I've been able to learn that over my 3 years. But I also believe that God has a path for me, and God will provide a way. I remember that I worked as a scribe at the hospital, and I would have late-hour shifts, and I would have to come back to the dorm late at night and have a biochem test the next day. And yet, I would be able to study and then understand all the concepts and then do well on the test. And that wasn't me, that was God. And so I believe if God is calling me to this position, He will create time management for me in order to do well in this position.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Do we have one more question? If not, we're going to go ahead and wrap up our session here. All right, thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause for Tyler. And a round of applause for all of our candidates. If you guys can just stand and just turn around and wave. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys, for running for this semester. Yeah, and we'll get a group photo with you afterwards with Evan. Now I'm gonna invite everyone that needed to make announcements to quickly make your way up here for your brief announcements. Who are you? STEM, Senate, yes. Okay, great, Enactus, AAPI, good. Okay, come on, let us go. You have like 30 seconds. Ready, Erilyn, you got the mic, you go first.
Oh, I know you guys just heard from me, but I'm going to be announcing for the talent show we're having, hosted by Enactus. So it's going to be Oscars themed. So we want to make it like black tie. You get to dress up in things that you don't usually get to wear. There's going to be food there, and there will be 3 winners. So the top prize is $100 cash. It'll be an experience that's super amazing, and it's from 7 to 9 on April 22. I should definitely know that date, but okay, do you want to continue?
All right, so if you guys want to participate in the talent show, you guys got to make sure you scan that QR code, and then you guys can go ahead and make a video for the audition, and then the deadline will be April 15.
All right, and then for those that don't know me, my name is Sean, and on behalf of the STEM Club, we would love to invite you to our annual STEM camping trip. It's from April 10th through 11th. For all those that love nature and want to fellowship with people who also love nature and that are part of our SWAU community, it would be a great opportunity, so we want to invite everybody to show out. So please, and then there's a number right there if you're interested.
I wanted to announce that we're having a car wash this Friday, April 10th at 12 p.m.? At 12 p.m. in the ABC parking lot by Dollar General. It's to support the Palau missionaries, so we would appreciate if anyone would come. We're going to be selling food, drinks. So yeah, we would appreciate if y'all support our missionaries. Oh, it's donation-based, so.
Oh, next Friday, April 10th.
So on April 12th, we're having a AAPI cultural showcase. So there'll be vendors selling boba, Filipino food, Hawaiian food, and then we also have cultural dances and performances. So you guys should come.
Okay, guys, and from Senate, who's ready for fight night? April 19th, fight night will be beginning at 5 p.m. and there will be food provided for y'all. So I hope to see y'all there. It's basically students playing against students, different variety of games from sports to just some games. Yeah. No, yeah, it's anyone.
So if you guys were looking at your emails or on the Instagram, you might have seen that Vesper to do a playthrough of the Resurrection pageant. However, due to weather, we had to cancel that. So Vespers is going to be at 7:30 at Wharton Auditorium this Friday, okay? So keep that in mind. Just wanted to let y'all know.
Thank you so much. Dean, you want to have prayer for us?
Thank you, candidates. Thank you. And thank you, SWAU audience, for hyping up your friends and loved ones. And thank you for your passion as a friend of all these candidates. And we just pray a blessing on as we close out this school year and as we enter into next school year with the wonderful opportunities that we have heard from our potential leaders. Let's bow our heads. Lord, we thank you so much for this day. We thank you for this gathering, and we thank you for this weekend and what it stands for, Lord. We thank you that you have paid the ultimate price to give us life. Father, be with us now as we go our separate ways. We just ask that you continue to bless our plans and that you continue to just wrap your loving arms around us. Be with each of these candidates, Lord. Thank you for what they represent, for what they would like to accomplish, and thank you for our SWAU family is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.